Mga kabayan, kanya-kanyang depensa ang mga abogado na magkabilang panig kaugnay sa ginawang confirmation of charges sa mga kaso ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte sa International Criminal Court o ICC kagabi. Sa ginawang pagdinig, tahasang sinabi at giniit ni Attorney Nicholas Kaufman, abogado at lead counsel ni FPRRD, na pauwiin na ng Pilipinas si Tatay Digong. Inakusahan din ni Kaufman na kumikilos raw si Pangulong Bongbong Marcos Jr. na maneutralize umano si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte para ipadala sa ICC sa The Hague, Netherlands.
We will ask you to send Rodrigo Duterte back to his family, and we will ask you to give back to the Filipino people their Tatay Digong. Rodrigo Duterte was and will always remain a unique phenomenon. His style of statesmanship was novel and unpalatable to many. His expletives and hyperbole grated, while his honesty and wild popularity irritated. He spoke openly, from the heart, sincerely and truthfully. And what a contrast between him and his successor in the Malacanang. For President Rudy, his word was his word, and the people knew it. For President Bongbong, his word is for the wind.
Dismayado naman ang kampo na mga di umano ay biktima ng EJK ni dating Pangulong Duterte. Ayon sa abogado ng mga biktima, nakakadismaya dahil hindi nasilayan ang dating Pangulo matapos humiling ito sa ICC na huwag dumalo sa ginawang trial dahil sa kanyang health condition.
The virus of impunity that he spread all over the country has become a cancer that has metastasized, infecting millions of Filipinos. Mr. Duterte has created clones of himself. He converted millions of peace-loving citizens into bloodthirsty disciples who have become converts to the belief that violence and killings are valid solutions to societal problems.
Ano ang masasabi mo dito, kabayan? Sama-sama natin panoorin ang buong video at pakicomment nyo po ang inyong mga reaksyon at sariling opinyon.
Sa pag-uumpisa ng confirmation hearing, ipinaliwanag ni Pre-Trial Chamber 1 Presiding Judge Yula Antonuela Motok na naayon sa Rules of Procedure ang pagpayag nila na hindi dumalo si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte sa pagdinig. Binasa sa hearing ang charges para kay Duterte kabilang ang 2 counts ng murder at 1 count ng murder and attempted murder na nangyari noong alkalde pa siya ng Davao City hanggang sa maging presidente ng Pilipinas. Binigyan ng tigkalahating oras ang prosecution, abogado ng mga biktima at ang defense team ni Duterte para magsalita. Sa opening statement ng prosecution, binigyang diin nilang responsable si Duterte sa mga alegasyon. Narito ang bahagi ng pahayag ni ICC Deputy Prosecutor Mame Mandiayan Niang.
Confirmation hearing against Mr. Rodrigo Roa Duterte is a reminder of the court's unwavering commitment to its mission to investigate and prosecute individuals for the most serious crimes of concern to the international community and to bring justice to the thousands of victims of the mass crimes and atrocities perpetrated in the Philippines. It is also a reminder that those in power are not above the law.
Sunod naman ang binigyan ng oras ay si Common Legal Representatives of the Victims o yung mga abogado ng mga biktima. Nagsalita dyan si Human Rights Lawyer Joel Butuyan. Ipinahayag ni Butuyan ang matinding pagkadismaya ng pamilya ng mga biktima dahil wala si Duterte sa pagdinig. 1 taon na raw nakakulong si Duterte pero wala pa rin kapayapaan sa kaanak ng mga biktima. Narito naman ang pahayag ni Attorney Joel Butuyan.
The virus of impunity that he spread all over the country has become a cancer that has metastasized, infecting millions of Filipinos. Mr. Duterte has created clones of himself. He converted millions of peace-loving citizens into bloodthirsty disciples who have become converts to the belief that violence and killings are valid solutions to societal problems.
Ayon naman sa abogado ni Duterte na si Attorney Nicholas Kaufman, naaayon sa ebidensya ang pagdedesisyon ng korte at hindi sa pamumulitika. Ang estilo daw ng liderato ni Duterte at ang pagmumura ay pagpapakita umano ng pagiging bukas at sincero nito. Kasunod niya ng pagpasaring ni Kaufman o sa Kaufman kay Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Narito ang pahayag ni Attorney Nicholas Kaufman.
Rodrigo Duterte was and will always remain a unique phenomenon. His style of statesmanship was novel and unpalatable to many. His expletives and hyperbole grated, while his honesty and wild popularity irritated. He spoke openly, from the heart, sincerely and truthfully. And what a contrast between him and his successor in the Malacanang. For President Rudy, his word was his word, and the people knew it. For President Bongbong, his word is for the wind.
Apela ni Kaufman sa ICC ibasura ang mga alegasyon kay Duterte. Ito ang kanyang sinabi.
We will ask you to send Rodrigo Duterte back to his family, and we will ask you to give back to the Filipino people their Tatay Digong.
Ibinunyag naman ni Attorney Kaufman na nakakuha sila ng dokumento mula mismo sa prosecution team na magpapatunay na aktibong tumutulong ang pamahalaan ng Pilipinas para madala sa dahig si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Kasama raw sa nabunyag na dokumento ang di umano'y transcript ng tawagan sa telepono ng 4 na partido. Isa pa raw sa nasabing individual ay nagyayabang na siya ang umaaktong silent partner ng Pangulo sa naturang operasyon. Bukas ay February 24, pangalawang araw po yan ng confirmation of charges hearing para kay Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte at aasahan po natin of course yung continuation of prosecution submissions on the merits at ang Victims Council submissions on the merits as well. So yun yung mga abangan natin bukas. Balik muna sa inyo dyan, Bok and Mase.
Pumalag si Congressman Pulong Duterte sa confirmation of charges ng kanyang ama sa ICC.
Bok, Mase, kinwestiyon ni Davao City Congressman Paulo Duterte ang jurisdiksyon ng ICC hinggil sa confirmation of charges ng kanyang ama. Sa isang pahayag, sinabi ni Pulong na maitatawag bang crimes against humanity ang pagsugpo sa kriminalidad sa sariling bayan. Muli rin niyang iginiit na matagal nang umalis ang Pilipinas sa Rome Statute. Dagdag pa ni Pulong, hindi ito hustisya o accountability kundi selective prosecution. Dito naman sa Davao City, walang anumang programa o aktibidad na isinagawa bilang suporta sa dating Pangulo. Sa kasagsagan nga ng kanyang confirmation of charges hearing kanina, abala ang ilang mga Davaoenyo at supporters sa panonood sa live stream. Giit ng ilang taga-suporta, hindi totoo ang mga paratang sa dating Pangulo na mamamatay tao siya. Ang ibang supporters naman naniniwalang bias ang paglilitis ng ICC sa kaso ng dating Pangulo. Bok, Mase, sa ngayon ay tahimik na nga dito sa City Hall ground ng Davao City at may nakausap nga tayo kanina ng mga supporters ni Digong na pumunta dito sa lugar na nagbabakasakali kung meron bang programa para sa dating Pangulo para susuporta sila.
Rodrigo Duterte was and will always remain a unique phenomenon. His style of statesmanship was novel and unpalatable to many. His expletives and hyperbole grated, while his honesty and wild popularity irritated. He spoke openly, from the heart, sincerely and truthfully. And what a contrast between him and his successor in the Malacanang. For President Rudy, his word was his word, and the people knew it. For President Bongbong, his word is for the wind, and the people will not forget it. Let me remind everyone of the letter which President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. signed, it's on the screen, and in which he gave a cast-iron undertaking that his government, and I quote, will not assist the ICC in any way, shape or form. Well, as we know, he failed to keep that promise. Rodrigo Duterte was unconstitutional and unceremoniously hauled off to The Hague. And when called upon to defend his master's actions and the said letter at a Senate committee hearing, the then Secretary for Justice, once again Mr. Jesus Crispin Ramula, persisted with the same dishonest theme. And I quote his words, "We did not assist the ICC. We continue with the very tenor of the letter that we did not assist the ICC and we did not have any contact with them." So he said, but with a document emanating from the prosecution team opposite and disclosed to us a mere week ago, not as information material to the preparation of our defence, but as exonerating evidence, we can now substantiate what we have suspected for a long time. The document comprises a transcript of a telephone call covertly recorded between 4 parties who cannot be mentioned in public, and one of these parties was boasting about how he was acting as the silent partner of President BBM, managing a scheme to funnel witnesses to this court while all the time ensuring that he could guarantee President BBM's plausible deniability.